In our gospel today, Jesus is bringing up something that apparently people have been doing forever. And do you know what it is? Complaining. Yeah? Poor Jesus. I mean, he's perfect. And what happens? He has to tell people, kind of, leave me alone. No matter what I do, someone has an opinion about how I should have done it. No matter how I act, there are people who say, we shouldn't act that way, you should act this way. So you act this way, and they say, we shouldn't act this way, you should. Oh, poor Jesus. He got frustrated. And he got frustrated because people were constantly complaining. And for us, complaining is a pretty normal part of our life. It's super easy to look at other people and say, well, they should be doing this. But my dad always told me this, and I love this. Ready? He says, son, you don't know what you don't know. Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. And so when we look at other people, one of the things I think Jesus wants to challenge us to do is not look at other people and say, well, this is what they should be doing, but look at us and say, what should I be doing? What do I need to do? And we actually have the answer to that question, and it's really cool. It comes to us in our, first reading. Yeah, there were only two, all right? In our first reading today. And St. Paul tells us what the answer is, and it's really, really wonderful. And St. Paul, just to give you a sense of things, again, you need to remember, you're talking about one of the smartest people we know of. That there have been tons of smart people through history. By any rational standard, St. Paul would be one of the smartest people we know of. He knew Greek philosophy in a way most people didn't. He could speak multiple languages. He was what we would call a brilliant theologian. And St. Paul did miracles. St. Paul walked over 3,000 miles in his life to bring people the gospel. And what does he say? He says, well, I can do all these great things, but if I don't have love, I'm nothing. And then he says what love is. Ready? Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous, and it's not pompous. Love is not inflated, and love is never rude. Love doesn't seek its own interests. It's not quick-tempered, and it doesn't complain when injured. Love does not rejoice over things that are wrong. Love rejoices in the truth. What's really interesting, guys, and what's kind of wonderful, when Paul says all of those things that love is, he's not describing a concept. He's describing a person. He's describing a person he meant when he was so sure about how right he was about everything. And he was so sure about how right he was that he was cruel to people. And he was rude. And he was angry. And then he met Jesus. And what he saw in Jesus was that Jesus is kind. Jesus is patient. That he's not jealous or rude. For us, when we think, oh, I know how things should be going. I know what should be. Why are things like this when they could be like this? Well, the simplest thing for us to do is say, Jesus, help me to love. Help me to be like you. Merciful and kind. Patient. Not looking after what I want, but after what you want. So that's our challenge today, and it's tough to do. I'm an old man, and I still can't pull this off very well at all. But we all have to keep trying, keep practicing, keep asking Jesus, help me to be like you. Help me when I'm tempted to look at someone else and say what they should be doing. Help me to be patient with them and to love them. God gives us his Eucharist, he gives us his word, and he gives us each other. That's 3 ways that Jesus gives himself to us. Let's give all of ourselves back to him in love. Amen? Okay.